What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm back today to give you guys a review of the Kith collaboration with Madison Square Garden and New Balance on this 990 V6 in the New York Knicks colorway. So this is the latest collaboration between Kith and New Balance, but this time they've partnered in arguably the most iconic and famous arena in the entire world. And as part of this collection, they released two pairs of the New Balance 990 V6, with this pair inspired by the colors of the New York Knicks of the NBA, and then the other colorway inspired by the NHL's New York Rangers. So both teams call MSG home, which is why the 990 V6 adopts those specific color schemes. So both pairs released on November 6th for a retail price of $220 US, which is roughly 300 Canadian dollars converted. The official colorway for this shoe is antique white and scarlet, and the style code is U990KN6. So both of these pairs are made in the USA just like any other 990 V6, which partly explains the really high retail price for both of these pairs. First things first though, here's a quick look at the box. So this comes in a custom box just for this release. It's made out of this white colored cardboard, but on the very top of the lid, we have a recreation of the MSG sign that's found in the subway system. So it has this subway tile mosaic finish to it. And then on the bottom right of the box, here we have Madison Square Garden branding. And alongside the shoes, they also come with this dust bag as well. So this is a canvas dust bag, and we have Kith, MSG, and New Balance co-branding, which is pressed on in this blue colored finish. So diving into the details of this shoe, as we start things off with the toe box, this is covered in mesh in this off-white color. Right above this, we have this reflective gray panel with orange colored detailing and the New Balance logo, and we have another reflective panel on the medial edge of the toe box. Overlaid on both sides of the toe box, we have this perforated light gray synthetic leather, and then surrounding the front toe cap, here we have more of a light beige or dark cream colored suede. Covering the eyelets, we have a gray colored suede, and then the top two eyelets, this is covered in another reflective panel in a mix of gray and orange. Beneath this on the mid panel, we have this oversized New Balance N logo. This is also reflective and it's done in a mix of orange and white. And then beneath this, we have more of that perforated gray leather, and then we have this strip of gray suede running down the bottom of the sides. Moving downwards, we have another reflective panel. This one is done in more of a yellowish tone. And then surrounding the bottom of the heel, we have more of that light beige colored suede, and pressed onto the lateral side, here we have 990 branding in gray. In the middle of the heel, we have a blue colored TPU heel clip with New Balance made in USA branding, and then at the very top of the heel, here we have an orange colored mesh. As far as the laces go, so these come with two different lace options. The standard lace that they come with is a flat style lace done in this off-white or cream color, but they also come with a secondary flat lace, which is more of a very light gray, almost white shade. Underneath this, the tongue is constructed out of the same mesh that we saw earlier on the toe box. We have this orange overlay which helps to hold the laces in place, and at the very top, here we have New Balance 990 V6 branding in a mix of orange and blue. The back of the tongue and the interior of the shoe, this is covered in a blue colored nylon. And then as far as the insoles go, so these come with a pretty well padded foam lined insole. It's finished in this blue colored shade on the top, and on the right foot we have New Balance and Ronnie Fieg co-branding, whereas on the left foot, here we have Madison Square Garden and Kith co-branding. So the upper of the 990 V6, this sits atop this full-length fuel cell foam midsole, which is one of New Balance's top cushioning technologies. So this entire midsole is painted in this tonal, cream-colored finish, and in addition to fuel cell, we also have an end cap wedge, which is a dual-density foam setup consisting of a softer EVA core surrounded by a stiffer polyurethane rim, which gives you a good balance of softness and support. And then finally, turning this pair over to the bottom, so the outsole here is done in this tonal fashion, matching the color of the midsole. So this is a cream colored rubber. We have the same wavy style traction pattern that you'd see across any 990 V6. And running down the middle of the heel, we have this exposed fuel cell foam. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this pair. And for those wondering about sizing, to me these fit like any other 990 V6. So in general, it fits pretty long. So I personally prefer to go a half size down. My foot measures as a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. I got these in a 9.5 to accommodate the fact that they do run a little bit longer. So getting these a half size down, they fit me perfectly lengthwise, but they can feel a little bit snug around the ball of your foot, around the toe box right here. So if you have a narrow, normal, or slightly wide foot, I feel like going half size down should be okay. If they feel a little snug straight out of the box, the more you wear them, it really does break in over time. But if you have a really wide foot, then you'd probably be better off going true to size and dealing with that extra length. To give you guys a point of comparison, I also go down to a 9.5 or a half size down in other made in USA New Balance shoes like the 992, 993, and the 990 V3, V4, and V5, whereas I usually stick true to size or a size 10 with models like the 2002R, 1906R, 860 V2, and a lot of made in UK models like the 991 and the 1500. Moving on to the comfort, so the 990 V6, it's an extremely comfortable shoe. If you like a shoe that's very well cushioned and has a thick chunk of foam underfoot, then this is the model for you. It's a very dynamic feeling sneaker, especially when you compare it to, for example, a 990 V5. So for the V5, it's a very stable, very structured shoe, whereas for the V6, it feels a little bit wobbly because of this thick midsole, and it almost feels like you're always in motion, like the shoe is propelling you forward. But it does have a very bouncy and cushioned feel underfoot, so a lot of people really swear by the V6 when it comes to a comfort standpoint. And finally, from a quality and craftsmanship standpoint, so first off, material quality, I thought it was very, very solid. This is a typical made in USA New Balance sneaker, so the suedes especially, this was my favorite part. It had this very nice soft buttery feel to it, and it teetered the line perfectly between being a flat suede and a long-haired suede. So the material quality I had no issues with, and from a build and craftsmanship standpoint, same thing. I thought my pair was pretty much flawless. The panels on my pair were not crooked, they lined up perfectly, and there were no extra loose threads, no significant glue stains that I could see. So it was great to see New Balance's USA factory really knock this one out of the park. So with all that out of the way now, let me toss these on feet, I'll lace them up for you, and I'll show you guys how these look. Whether or not you're a New York Knicks fan, I think this is still a shoe that you can enjoy regardless of what team you call your own. Yes, blue and orange is very Knicks-like, but the fact that there is no actual New York Knicks branding on this shoe, I think that makes it a lot more wearable. And honestly, I am a big fan of this color palette. I love how the shoe is predominantly done in grays and creams, and then we have these accents of orange and blue, which are really vibrant and really pop. So is this shoe going to be for everyone? No, because to be honest, blue and orange, it's not the most beloved color combination, but the fact that you have a good quality sneaker that's well built and the comfort of the 990 V6, that in itself kind of sells itself. And between this one and the navy or the New York Rangers colorway, this one was easily my favorite of the two. I just think it's a lot easier to pull off, and I personally prefer lighter colored shoes over the darker tones of the other one. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about this New York Knicks inspired 990 V6? What are your overall thoughts on this collection? Between the two pairs, how would you rank them? And were you able to grab these for retail? Did you strike out and pick these up on the secondary market? Or it just wasn't your thing and you passed on them altogether? As usual, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at esco8, follow my Twitter or X account at sean.go spelt out, and visit my website at seango.ca. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review and hopefully it helped you in some way, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.